So I wanted to talk about some anchoring practices for those moments when you're feeling turbulent, edgy, reactive. It's so helpful to have these practices imprinted in your brain so you can recall them, because remember, when you get into that state, it's very hard to recall anything new. So it's really about learning it, practicing it, wiring it in, and you'll be able to more automatically go into these practices. So the first one is my go-to practice. That's the BMWS practice. B is for breathe. The fastest route to returning to a calm state is through this anchoring breath. That's in through the nose as much as you can, and then another sniff at the top of that inhalation, and then hold the breath in the body, and then exhale, sighing the breath out of the mouth for longer than the inhale. So ideally 3 counts in, 1 count to hold the breath, and then 4 to 5 counts out, exhaling. This is B for breathe. This is a really important anchoring breath practice. M is for move. Just moving your body. You probably notice when you get triggered, you either feel frozen or you feel like you want to get up and move around. So we've got that kind of mobilised reactivity, or we have immobilised reactivity. And either one of those will respond well to moving around, just getting those stress hormones circulating, dispersing them from that pooled state. And again, you'll start to notice that your internal state starts to feel more steady. W is for water. So you might take a couple of breaths, get up and move to the kitchen and get a glass of water. If you're with another person and they are also starting to get a bit turbulent, get them a glass of water too. This is co-regulation. This is a really important anchoring practice to do in relationship. And S is for supportive self-talk. So while I'm doing my breathing, I'm moving to the kitchen, I'm getting my water, I'm also reassuring myself, talking to myself in a way that starts to calm my mind state, really get reality in check, that what's occurring in my mind is a result of anxiety in the body, or anger, or reactivity. What's in the body will flood the mind state. So I'm doing my practice to return to a calm, clear mental state and a calm emotional state, and then we can resume our conversation. So this is the BMW's practice for grounding yourself when you're feeling reactive. The other things to do could be more mindfulness practices. I really like the counting the fingers as another mindful practice when you're starting to get reactive. You're tracing your fingers, which is very sensory, and you're just counting 1, 2, and I'm looking at my fingers. What am I doing now? I'm not worrying about my thinking. That's really nice, soothing practice. And of course, you can just do that subtly. No one will really even notice you doing it. So that's a great mindfulness practice to help you when you're starting to feel a bit unsteady. I would really recommend that you incorporate into your morning or afternoon or evening routine 5 minutes of stillness. Just sitting into a comfortable chair with your back supported. I like to sit cross-legged, but you can have your feet on the floor, but be uncrossed. And just close your eyes and really go inward and attune to your internal state, and just focus on that breath naturally rising and falling, coming in and out. And what I'm mostly encouraging you to do is notice how the transformation of the energy moving around your body from when you initially sat down and closed your eyes, and to how that transforms at the end of the practice. And to remind yourself at the end of that practice that you can do this anytime. This is a state that is possible for you to experience, but you need to go inward and cultivate a pathway to getting there, and then practicing it. The more you practice, the more automated it becomes. This is how we form new habits and patterns.